I feel like maybe I should probably take a nap before I record this video. So I'm going to condense it down. Welcome back, everyone. We are now on episode 3 of the Black Knight hardtop install, and it turns out this is actually going to be a quadrilogy. 4 videos in total. I know that for a fact by editing this video and the remaining footage in general. If I was to throw it all in there, the video would be too long, I want to say. So I'm trying to keep my videos at a certain length because I know how the attention span for everyone these days is not what it used to be. This video is going to highly entail on basically all the issues that we had to go through in installing the ramps. Not so much of the hardtop. The hardtop went down pretty damn easy. It was making sure that our ramps were going to be flush with the hardtop, up and down the ramps to make sure everything was going to be great. That process took the most time. If you're new to this channel, I do and talk everything pinball, so if anything like that sounds interesting to you, then maybe think about hitting that subscribe button down there. So where we left off last time was showing you the upper playfield and the current conditions and state of what it looks like with the wear and tear right there after the extra ball switch rollover. And here we have Jason going around all of the inserts with our black paint for insurance to make sure, just in case our hardtop does not go on exactly where it needs to go, that we're not going to show any bare wood. And just like the lower playfield, we're going to be filling the insert areas where the ramps go on with epoxy, and then we will razor blade off that top coat layer, sand flat once again, just like the lower playfield. So I'm not going to go into deep footage on what all we did on that portion and how we did it, because you've seen it before in episode 2. He went through a lot of effort on making these ramps and all the metal really polish up, guys. And I'm going to show a little bit of footage on how he went about doing this. And so here's him actually showing you what he did with one of the gates.
And then I sanded it with 800 grit just to knock off the scale off of it. And then I hit it with the rouge. And that's what you'll get right there. So I'll just go ahead and polish this out just to show you too. Real quick.
And here we now have the playfield all masked off outside, and we have a 2-part auto clear in an airbrush gun hooked up, and he is now going to be painting over all the inserts and making the inserts look all nice and shiny, guys. When you're messing with clear coat, this is something that you should be wearing a mask with, everyone. Luckily, we're outside in the open air, so it's not as bad, but this is some nasty stuff, and you do not want to breathe it in. And here we have the finished product when it comes to the auto clear. Now the thing is that we're not able to actually apply the hard top to this playfield yet because the clear coat needs time to degas and completely dry. So during the week process that we waited for this clear coat to dry, we decided to work on other things that could be done in the meantime. That being said, he decided to, instead of putting the regular wood back on the playfield for the lanes, he's going to go with a red oak, all nice and shiny and stained, and polish everything up. And here's the old and busted, and you compare that to the new hotness right here. This looks amazing. So let's put it on the playfield and see what it looks like. now it's time to start putting this lower playfield together just a little bit more than last time we left off. So now we're applying all the wood that he just recently stained and getting it all latched back onto the lower playfield. Once again, this is just extra stuff that you don't have to do when you're installing your hardtop, everyone, but I'm mainly just showing you that the effort that we put into getting this done. You don't have to do all the stuff that we're doing, airbrushing the shooter lane, clear coating the shooter lane and restaining all this wood and putting new wood on there and polishing all the metal up. But the reason why we did this is because the machine's fully taken apart right now. Why not put in a little extra effort to make things a little bit better than what it was? Here we are working on the alignment and the smoothness of the ramp to playfield ratio. So he is being very, very careful here, starting out with the smallest gauge drill bit that he has and drilling the holes where he wants them to be. And the thing is, they're not that far off from the original holes. They're very close, but this is how OCD he's being on these ramps, everyone. And due to the epoxy, he's able to do this by having those holes filled in and that area filled in, that he's able to drill all new holes and put the ramp where it needs to be the way he wants it. So here it is. This is how far off it is. It's literally maybe half a screw hole off. But the thing is, once we're done, the transitioning from the ramp to the hardtop is almost like seamless, like it's just smooth. And to even help with that, because the hardtop is still just a little bit, a hair fraction thicker than the ramps, he's got what we're calling shims by basically, like, I want to say they're only like 5/1000 of an inch thick or something like that. It's very thin material, and he has different grades of it that he is using to shim up the ramps to the appropriate height. And here he is with installing the ramp, and he's checking the transition, and sure enough, he's not happy with that. So after a little bit of shimming and a little bit more of an adjustment on there, he sees that the ball is running smooth up and down the ramps, and he is very satisfied with that.
And this is like level surface too, so you know that shit ain't gonna get stuck whenever it's on the incline.
Surface, so we really want that. We're good, man. I can live with that. Right there, it's just a hair of an edge there, but not much. Not enough that it's ever going to stop that ball when it's tilted up on the cam.
He's using a hole puncher to make holes for the drill holes. Now, some people would say that all you would really need to do here is just apply some washers underneath the ramps and then you'd be good to go. Technically, yes. If you found the right thickness of washers, you could do this. Or any type of material that you believe that you can elevate your ramps up to the appropriate height, then yeah, you could do that too. This is our method. You can find your own. Look how smooth this is. Look at it. Oh, man.
It feels like it's aligned up here as far as the upper to lower for the most part. Get that ramp to line up basically like that. We got a gap on the left side, and we got a up against the hardtop on the right side, so there's a little bit of difference in here.
So we're wanting to grind up here.
We're going to grind that ramp right there just a little bit. Or if you got the balls, you can come in here and you can cut your hardtop. I'm not going to do it. I want to take it off the steel of the ramp.
Originally, where it would be, and then we're pushing it, and that's where we're going to have it right there.
That's where it'll be. Yeah, there's no doubt. There's a good transition on all ramps. Don't think there'll be any ball hangups. Okay.
Alright, so now these holes line up pretty damn.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
They're pretty close.
You still want to epoxy them?
Let's see how the hard top. Let's go ahead and grab the hard top. Let's get it over here.
Now here we are basically just lining up the upper plate field hard top with the ramps, trying to see where everything's laying out, trying to find if we're able to see anything that's not lining up correctly. I think we're about ready to install this hard top. Now again, it's been a week since we clear coated the insert, so that's why we are doing it now. Just like the last time on the lower plate field, we have C-clamped down at least 30% of the plate field, and then now we're peeling off the 3M adhesive protection, which is a pain in the ass. Once you finally are able to get all that done, you lay it down. I want to remind everyone that you want to be very careful whenever you're getting really close to cutting this, because you do have hair on your arms and that will stick to the 3M adhesive and that will not be good. There it is. Almost there. Let's take these C-clamps off and let's get the last portion of this down. Now I want to tell everyone that that portion of the wire that is hanging out on the upper plate field, you can make a small cut on the hard top to weave it through to where you don't have to do any kind of desoldering on the GI light stream that goes across that upper plate field. That way it just makes it easier. You could cut some wires and desolder it, but why when you can just make a small cut in the hard top and then just weave the wires through whenever you're applying the hard top. Here it is, guys. A nice reveal in slower motion, the upper plate field artwork along with the lower plate field. Now technically this makes the hardtop install complete. True, no other actions on the hardtop are required, or is there? There are a few adjustments that we have to make on this upper plate field, and there's 2 screw holes that were not on the hardtop that we had to make this plate field completely perfect. But other than that, it looks great, doesn't it? Let's get it all back together and see how it plays. But that's going to be on the last video. Thanks for watching till the end, everyone. If you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down there so you can be notified of whenever I upload new material for your viewing pleasure. Like I said, I've only got one more Black Knight video to go for this hardtop install, which is going to give you more information on how to install this with the least amount of trouble. In the last video, we will show gameplay footage and a complete reveal of what the game looks like and all the things that we had to do post-install. Like even when we started the game up and we had to figure out that we had to make more cuts and adjustments on the hardtop in order for things to function. So please stay tuned. That's it for now. Until next time, peace out.